Hello. So I've been thinking, I've been speedrunning Portal a lot recently, and when you speedrun a game like Portal, you're flying through the air as if your feet were never touching the ground, so to speak. You're just phasing through objects like doors as if they were never even there to begin with, and that's really not a normal experience of the game. And Portal is a game that I genuinely really enjoy. So I was thinking maybe it would be fun to go back and have a perfectly normal run of the game. Just everything's normal. There's no wacky tricks, there's no double edge glitches, there's no portal bumps, and just a normal run of the level. And yeah, just normal is the goal. And I have live split up, basically for posterity, for you, the viewer, or for history. I'm not gonna be looking at this during the run. If I was a little bit better with OBS, I would probably set this thing up so that I wouldn't even see it. But well, frankly, I probably know exactly how to do it. I just can't be bothered. I'm not looking at it. It's for you, and just to see how fast this goes. And after the run off camera, I'll reset it back. I'll set the run counter back. I'll set all the splits to how they usually are, just in case, like, if I happen to get an absolutely ridiculously good Chamber Zero for absolutely no reason somehow, I don't really want that contaminating my run history because, like, I want Live Split to reflect playing the game seriously, and this playthrough is not in any way something I consider serious. I'm not being serious about it at all, really. So with that out of the way, let's just jump right into it. Uh, oh wait, shit. I was kind of fucking with my controls for airboat percent, so let me just reset those back to default. There we go. Yeah, so let's get started. Alright. We're off to a pretty fresh start here, but with Chamber 0 and 1,
Hello,
like, this is gonna be a normal run of the game no matter what, these chambers. Like,
we hope your brief
whether you're
detention in the
speedrunning or not.
relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however,
Like, there's nothing that you can really do for this part to make it any different. It's always gonna be the same sort of deal.
For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from.
Like, before you get the portal gun, if you can't even open a portal, what's the point? Like, this is just always going to be the same exact thing.
You're doing very well.
But now that we have the portal gun, maybe it can be a little bit different.
You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device.
This
Do
one.
not submerge the device in liquid. Well done.
Like I say,
it's
gonna be perfectly normal, but obviously I remember how to solve all the puzzles, so like Chamber 3 is never going to be normal for me the way the developers intended, because they intended it to be like teaching you that you can go through the blue or the orange portal, which is just something that's second nature to me.
Welcome
so
to
it's
test
like
Chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
I don't really need to bother with it.
As part of a required test protocol,
Really?
we will not monitor the next test chamber.
Screw
you
you,
will be
Q.
entirely on your own. Good luck.
I hate it when that stuff happens. But anyway. Like, even here, like, speedrunning it the way I do it, at least, is not that different from just playing the game absolutely normally, you know?
As part of a required
Like, there's
test
nothing
protocol,
weird about
our
this.
previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As
You know,
part
it's
of
just
a required
solving the
test
chamber the
protocol,
normal
we will
way,
stop
but you already
enhancing
have
the
the
truth
solution in
in
mind, so
3,
it goes really fast.
2,
That's speedrunning or playing the game normally for the however many times it is that I've played Portal.
While safety is one of many enrichments, unbelievable. You.
Same with this, like, since
must be
I
the pride of
still can't get the trick
Subject
right with you shooting like that, like, I can't do this chamber faster anyway, so what do I know, you know?
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate. Good. Now use the aperture science
Just like this, we're back to
scaffold
normal.
to reach the chamber lock. Please note that we have added a consequence for failure.
Like,
Any
I don't think
contact
there's
with the
any
chamber
real
floor
way
will
to
result
do
in an
chambers this
unsatisfactory
early in
mark on
a
your
very
official
weird
testing
way.
record,
You know what I mean?
followed by death. Good luck. Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience.
You know, thank you, GLaDOS. My testing experience has been very thoroughly enriched by this perfectly normal gameplay.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
You know, that test really did feel impossible that time. It's really different when you're not speedrunning the game. The way it feels is just so different. And different and yet normal at the same time. It's very weird.
Hello again. To reiterate, spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
Yes. I miss doing this one normally. You know, this one is kind of annoying to have to do the other way. Like, where you're not really struggling to go through it. And you're just kind of sitting here waiting. Although it is a bit of a chore when you actually have to do it. There we go.
The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture two linked portals at once. As part of an optional test protocol, we
Yeah,
are
you know,
pleased to
like,
present an amusing fact.
Playing it again that way,
The
it seems
device
kind
is
of
now
tedious,
more valuable
but
than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in.
Subject hometown here.
it's good to be able to take things slow every now and then.
It would be there fling yourself. Fling into space.
Like, you know, even if it is slower and kind of boring sometimes, maybe that's part of the point, right? Like, you're trying to make things boring. If there weren't boring parts, then all the fun parts would be, you know, they wouldn't stand out, right? Things aren't fun because of themselves. Things are fun because of an absence of boredom, in a way. Oh, Eric texted me. What do you know? Of course, in a perfectly normal run of the game, you do just kind of stop sometimes and do something else for a little while. Anyway,
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very, very long time. If you become lightheaded
instead of
from
doing this
thirst,
the other
feel
way,
free to pass out.
you know,
An intubation
jumping around
associate
doing the
will be
one cube
dispatched
route,
to
let's just
revive
do
you
this
with peptic salve
like a
and
normal person.
adrenaline.
Like, actually grabbing both cubes, you know? I fell. Dang it.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
And, of course here we can't do the usual skip, even though that kind of qualifies as, you know, it kind of qualifies as normal. Like, it's not that hard to find it,
They may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues.
but we still have
No
to skip
further
doing that little
compliance
launch thing and
information is
float onto
required
the
or will be
platform, which is
provided,
interesting.
and the Enrichment
Right, and
Center
over
is
here,
committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake
we
and
kind of have to be
counseling
careful about
will be
it.
available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Kinda, you know, it's good not to skip all of it, but there are some annoying parts if you're not flowing through, just flying through the whole thing. Like, just, this goo is kind of a strange phenomenon. I still don't really understand what that goo actually is. You know? Like, are we ever told what this goo means? Like, why is it here? Did GLaDOS just fabricate toxic goo out of nowhere for no reason? What's up with that? I don't think if there's any lore behind that goo, you know?
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate
Been a while
chamber
since I
for
haven't done
this
the portal
testing
bump here.
sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military
Of course, in a normal
androids.
game,
The
what we do
Enrichment
is kill
Center
these turrets, so
apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you
we
the
might as
best
well
of
do
luck.
that. Hey, stop it. It's not very nice. You stupid turret.
Target lost.
Hey, knock it off.
Lost.
These turrets can be really annoying sometimes. Stupid things.
Who's there? Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
So there's a severe thunderstorm warning going on in Chicago right now. It's pretty crazy. I remember there's this big warning
The
about how, like,
will deliver a weighted companion cube
there
in
is a
3, 2,
high potential for
1.
tornadoes, I think was the warning. I don't know if we'll see one. But it's kind of interesting, like... Oh, and you could hear not GLaDOS, Chell's voice there. Chell actually had a generic Half-Life 2 character's voice in Portal 1. You know, people think that she was mute, but she's actually not quite mute. She just makes these grunting noises. I think the lore-wise explanation is that she's perfectly capable of speech, she just chooses not to speak. Like, despite GLaDOS, really. Very interesting how quiet GLaDOS is if you run this chamber normally. Like, I don't know.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that
and
you
here
will be baked,
you know, we're
and
not
then
doing the
there will
double
be
edge
cake.
glitch, so let's screw around a little bit. 'Cause, you know, there's this radio that's supposed to go somewhere, but let's not bother with that. You know, there's water. I think in the Zero Portals run, this is actually possible to do with Zero Portals. It just takes forever because you have to, like, there's a way to grab and jump off of these two things, the water jug and the computer, and just kind of fly with them. You go out here and, like, I don't really know how you do it, but you're grabbing it and you're flying up here with it. And then from here you fly up here. And then from here you fly over here to where the door is. And then over here you're just getting it stuck inside the door. And, like, I'm not really sure how people figured out how to do that kind of thing. It seems pretty wild to me, but...
Well done.
You know?
Be advised that the next
this
test
is Portal.
requires
People do pretty
exposure
crazy
to
things.
uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions. For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center Electrical Safety Seminar.
GLaDOS keeps mentioning the seminars, but it's like, you know, when are you supposed to attend the seminars? I'm busy testing, lady.
Welcome to the
Like,
final test. When you are
seriously,
done,
what do you want from me?
device in the equipment recovery annex.
I'm busy doing things here. I can't attend the seminar while I'm trying to solve your test chamber in a completely normal way that, you know, every player has done 100 times. Probably not 100 times. I'm sure the average number of times a person has finished Portal is somewhat lower than 100.
Remain safely operational up to 4,000
Then you have to
degrees
escape this
Celsius.
incinerator. Oh. Oops.
Now
I guess I
over.
fucked that
All
up.
aperture technology remain safely
Oh, well.
operational up to 4,000 degrees
You know, the
Celsius.
incinerator is kind of
Rest assured
interesting.
that there is
Because it doesn't actually
absolutely
apply
no
damage to you the way you might think it does.
prior to your victory incandescence. Thank you for
It actually
participating
just-
in this amateur science computer-aided enrichment
It actually just
activity.
kills you if you land in it. You can notice that, like,
Stop it.
sometimes in the game you take some ticks of damage, and the fire there does not do that. The fire there just straight up kills you.
We pretended we were going to murder you. We are very,
Which is kind of
very
different, you know?
happy for your success.
I wonder why Valve
We are
did that.
throwing a party in honor of.
Oops. Ah. Hate when my portal doesn't land. And you know, you can go back here. Like, there's this slideshow here where they have Black Mesa versus Aperture. Black Mesa, of course, being the company from the Half-Life series of games. And this is kind of the lore-wise connection. Aperture is competing with Black Mesa, and Black Mesa is winning because Aperture is insane. You can go over here and you can visit all their stuff. I think this part of the game is kind of cool, even if you... Like, this is one of the things. When you're speedrunning, you just shoot through this part of the game. You don't even see all this stuff. But it's neat how you can see, like, this test chamber from above. Like, remember when we were here earlier in the run? Yeah, it was crazy. And anyway. Come on.
What are you doing? You haven't escaped
It's good to stop and take a breath sometimes, I think.
Okay, the test is over now. You win. Go back to the recovery annex
And just
for your
take your
pay.
time and do stuff
It
normally.
was a
Solve
fun
puzzles.
test, and we're all impressed.
Not just
at
go
how
straight
much
through
you
every
won.
object you can.
The test is over. Come back.
Oh, I'm supposed to go this way. I don't know how I always screw this part up in one way or another, but it's like a tradition for me at this point. Like, I'm not upset about it. Even though it is kind of annoying. Whatever. There we go. Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed how I always struggle with that, but it's a thing. Ah. Oops. Oh, come on, please. Yeah, weird portal placements kind of fuck you up. When you're playing normally and you're not skipping things the way that you do in a speedrun, you kind of forget how it is. I mean, when you're speedrunning, you forget how to do things normally sometimes. That's kind of, it's one of the ideas here is to remember how it's done normally. Like, what is this part of the game like if you're a normal person just playing it? Sorry about that. Had to load the game there. I had to alt-tab and take care of something, but yeah, I think that might have screwed up auto-split a little bit, but whatever. Okay, so normal people don't do that part, but you know what? There's like, the normal way to run this is like to run in here and, oh no, they're shooting me. Oh wait, they're not shooting me. Throw away the turret. It's like, alright, I can stand here and get shot all day. I don't think it's abnormal to be good at killing turrets, you know? And I always hate that. I never manage to land on that pipe.
Can you hear me?
I usually do that thing where I portal that turret away so I don't have to land on it and risk things, but I think the normal person thing to do is to jump on it like that.
This is your fault. It didn't have to be like this. I'm not kidding now. Turn back or I will kill you. I'm going to kill you. And all the cake is gone. You don't even care, do you? This is your last chance.
And of course there's this part. Yeah, I've complained so many times about this part, like I don't need to tell you about it, so. It's just like, I never really liked that little corridor of the game. It's just weird. Man, it's been a while since I've been down in the slop. Where am I trying to go? It's like, oh yeah. I can recognize that catwalk because of all the times that I've been trying to get my way there. Tell you what, let's try to get up here and then we'll just... And just like that... Nope, this isn't where I want it to be. But just like that, we're over here on this catwalk. And we're on our way over to GLaDOS.
Well,
Hi,
you found
GLaDOS.
me.
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because
Yeah, it was totally worth it. Fuck you.
to break so far.
Pull out my rocket launcher and just shoot your face a few times.
And we'll just
Take
call it
that.
I guess we both know that isn't going
Stupid
to happen.
GLaDOS
You
and her
chose this path. Now I have a
tests
surprise
and
for
stuff.
you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4. Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later. By myself. Because you'll be dead. I wouldn't bother with that thing. My guess is that
And you
touching it
know,
will just make it
normal
all
people
even
would
worse
just,
somehow.
instead of going directly into the incinerator, we'll do this little inefficient type of thing.
I don't want to
where
tell
we
you
struggle
the
a little
business,
bit, I
if it
suppose,
were
but
me,
we-
I'd leave that thing
We'll just
alone.
leave all the cores there near the incinerator, you know. And then
Do you think
that'll
I'm
make our
trying
life
to trick
easier
you
when we
with
try to do
reverse
this.
Psychology? I mean, seriously now.
You know, you just go over here,
Zoe, are you coming back?
and then we can dump them all
You
in
two-
the incinerator one at a time, and
You think you're doing
you know,
some
it
damage?
takes some time.
2 + 2 is
Now that we're trying to do it one at a
In base
time.
4, I'm
Oh,
neurotoxin.
man, this takes so much longer.
So deadly.
Trying to do it this way. But there we go. GLaDOS is gone. I don't know, Portal is not that long a game, but
When I
when you play it normally, you know, it feels a little bit longer. Even if it is, you know, a little bit slow sometimes. Portal is a great game. And yeah, I sure am glad Chell brought her rocket launcher all the way over here into GLaDOS, otherwise I'll have to, like, fight with a rocket turret or something. That would be kind of awkward. But anyway.
Thank you for assuming the Putty Escort submission position.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun run. Struggling a little bit, having to find different ways of doing it that I haven't done in quite a while. You know, you kind of forget things. It kind of makes the cake feel... Well, I suppose we don't see it. We haven't earned the cake quite yet. We have to watch this part, but you know, doing it this absolutely normal way that completely normal people would play the game this way normally, it really makes the cake feel a lot more earned. Poof. All right, still alive, baby.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke, haha, that chance. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
And there it is. That was a fun run. I really feel like I had to work and earn that cake. So hopefully you enjoyed this perfectly, absolutely, 100% completely normal speed run. Well, not a speed run even. It's just a completely, totally normal run of the game in every possible way. Absolutely normal. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, whatever it is, or whatever combination of words you use to describe exactly what level of absolute normalcy this was. And I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, bye.